going to show you a beautiful soup. This is one of my favorite soups that I make. I have some friends coming over tonight, and I'm going to make them my superfood soup. And it's whatever I got in the refrigerator. You don't have to be too picky with this, but this is really good combination of what I have here. Let me show you what I got. Now, I got some leftovers first to start with. You can throw in, this is my salad that I had last night. And it's got some green onions in, or not green onions, purple onions. I was going to say don't use green onions, don't use white onions, and don't use garlic. Before we get started here, the reason being is because sulfone hydroxyl ion is very toxic for your mind, okay? It makes you stink. We've gone over this many times. To get it out of your system is not easy, so don't put it in. Remember, you're trying to regenerate yourself and trying to really clean up yourself. The last thing you want to do is smell offensive. Not only that, it slows your brain down. It makes your creativity part of your brain not function well, okay? Everybody knows if you do an EEG and you put a clove of garlic in your shoe after you've just, been off it for a month, you don't even have to put it in your mouth. You put it in your shoe and it goes through your system. It crosses the blood-brain barrier and it causes dysfunction and or dysynchronization of the two hemispheres of the brain. So we stay away from that. Anyways, so I've got some old hummus right here. This is chickpea hummus we made here. And we're going to use, I'm just using some very inexpensive, we have real good ones too, but I'm just using this here because this actually works pretty good for this. This is just the Jack LaLanne's blender that you get from Costco. If it breaks, take it back, and if you want a better one, get an auger type or a hydraulic press type. We're going to do some carrots in here because this gives it a nice sweet flavor. Got some big cucumbers out of the garden, old piece of celery. We're going to put a whole lemon in here, and I'm going to use the rinds and everything. You can see. I'm going to put that through the blender, actually through the juicer. We're going to put this is some live ginger root right here. Put a handful of tomatoes in there, half of avocado, a little pineapple for some enzymes, and some beets. These really, it sounds like a mishmash of stuff, but that really will taste super good. Now, this gets through the juicer, all of this right here. Now, the second part of this, once you get the juice, is you put this in the blender. Now, the blender, of course, is going to chop up these pieces here, and you're going to have now pieces of, of chew instead of just having a soup by itself. So I like to make it so if I'm going to feed somebody and or myself, it doesn't take that much longer to do two parts. Do one part that's the liquid. The other part then is sort of like you grind it up as much as you want to. You could make it fine and have some smaller pieces, or just I do it like medium size. So I have a soup then that's got a lot of crunchies and all, really things that make things have what's called cessation. Cessation means you're fulfilled. Now, when I put this in the blender, let's roll up the carpet here on the ingredients. It looks like a lot of ingredients, but all these ingredients turn this into, instead of just a simple soup, okay, simple foods, we're going to add these superfoods right here, and this is going to turn it into a fantastic meal. Super protein, the best fats, okay, all the minerals. We put one dropper full of the Fulvic concentrated minerals that has boron in it. Remember, boron's essential for regeneration. We put in a tablespoon of the living silica. I put in 10 drops of the magnesium concentrate. I put in a heaping teaspoon of spirulina. I don't have chlorella right here, or I put in 50% chlorella, 50% spirulina. I put in a teaspoon of our cold processed turmeric. I put in a quarter teaspoon of the cayenne pepper, and I like using the cayenne pepper that we have only because I can measure exactly how much I want to put in there, because sometimes I put some of these peppers in and some of them are too hot and some of them are so hot, and some people just don't like the spice. But the spice with a quarter of a teaspoon of that is beautiful. I also put in a chipotle pepper to give it that super smoky flavor. We use also on top, I use the raw chlorella brown seaweed extract tablets, and it makes it taste really like crunchy, like cheese on top. I like to go ahead and put in the brown seaweed extract. That's really good for helping with the intestinal tract, removing toxins, and it's just full of polysaccharides, which really helps helps regenerate the gut wall. Everything that we have in here basically is to make your simple food into very highly nutritious, mineralized. Remember, 1 spoon of spirulina is like 10 pounds of broccoli. Okay, so there's a reason why we use the superfoods. I like to put dulse in there also, or a couple of sheets of nori roll, just because it makes it taste really flavorful. And not only that, I like to go ahead and get my iodine. So this has brown seaweed extract. That plant has more iodine than any other plant. Okay, brown seaweed extract. These are the crunchies. This is the powder you can put on top, or I just like to mix that in. And the dulse, we break it apart. You can either put it on top as a garnish later on, or you just put it in and it gives it, like I said, a really good mixture flavor. Now, this is the important part. You want to use only raw apple cider and vinegar, the vinegar, nothing that is pasteurized. Okay, this helps detox. This is a detoxification superfood meal because it's going to stop a lot of poisons in you, and a lot of stuff we put in, okay, is super essential for your body for just the best production it can of brain chemicals, hormones, your immune system. So I put in a cup of the apple cider vinegar, actually a half a cup, excuse me. I put in a 1/4 cup of raw coconut oil, the centrifuge. This is our Ogio brand. You can get that in any of the stores, the health food stores. Also raw sachaichi oil, same thing. These oils, and also organic toasted sesame seed oil. These oils here are very essential, not only to make it taste super creamy and good, so it won't just taste like vegetable-y, What this is going to do is, I had a little chili there, whew, it's hot. What this is going to do is, this is going to give also the best fats, okay, that your body, remember, when you put in the oils and you put in the lemon or the vinegar, they emulsify each other, especially when I put in the fulvic acid. So you're not really thinking like oils. Those oils are hard to break down. So oils are a sedative. That's why I like this dinner. It's really good. It's not going to give you a heavy feeling at all. Because why? Because we put the lemon in there. If we didn't put the lemon in there and I didn't put the vinegar in there, then that oil would sit in your belly and wow, okay? But once you put in the emulsifying agents, especially with the dropper full of fulvic acid, you got yourself a really good creamy meal. Now, I don't have my magnets on this one here. This is a brand new blender, so I need to put the magnets. If you don't know about that, we put north-north, south-south magnetism. I explain this well on Dr. Robert Cassar Magnetic Blender. And this helps blend and homogenize everything beautifully. Okay, you can take oil and vinegar, put it in there, and I call it the nanoizer blender, magnetic blender, and you buzz that on high for about 30 seconds or so, and you'll see, okay? It'll never unmix again. So this is the base, remember the juice right here. Then we have what we want to put in the blender, okay? But I put the juice into the blender. I put all the different so-called superfood condiments in there, okay? Then if we want to, if I need more, if I want to get rid of some food, which are still good, I can go ahead and mix that in with the blender because that would be very good. Also, it would be like, remember, it's a salad dressing. You can put in some of the hummus. Now, this is what goes on top of it. What I do is I actually peel the jungle peanuts like this. You just roll them in your fingers like this. And you take off the shell. You don't want to eat the shell. Okay? And jungle peanuts are real peanuts. I mean, if you haven't had them before, regular peanuts are full of mycotoxins. These are so good. You don't eat them with the skin, though. Just roll them off. They're really good if you're going to watch a movie or something. But we're going to cook these in a little coconut oil with Italian seasoning with no garlic, and this is a Thai seasoning. Oh, no, excuse me. This is Cajun seasoning that we're going to go ahead and add to a little coconut oil, some jungle peanuts, and these are mushrooms here. And we put those on low, and we fry those up with a little purple onion. And also, I forgot to tell you about right here, the seasoning that I'm going to use on the soup on this side is a chili powder, and it's all organic chili powder without garlic. And so this is the topping. we'll go ahead and cook this part over here, and this part goes on top. And then what you do is, to make it look real pretty, you take cacao butter, and you get a grater, and you grate the top, and it makes it look like cheese. And also, if you want to make it taste really super good too, these are things you can add to the top. These are macaroon shaving coconut, and you just add that right on top of the bowl. Triple blend seaweed. Lucuma will give a little sweetness. It sort of tastes like cookie dough. And that's really good to go ahead and put maybe about 10 golden berries on top too. And that finishes this soup off, let me tell you. A couple of non-wheat corn or soy crackers for a little crispy. And that's a meal. I've really, let me tell you, raw food, how am I going to say this to really not put too much emphasis, but put a lot of emphasis on it. If you've got any type of stomach problems or anything, remember, the raw soups are so good for you. They just are. And not just raw soups, remember, you're trying to get vegetables that don't have... I washed all these things in Dr. Bronner's soap and really scrub them off there. I don't care if they're organic or not. Try not to go ahead and get food that's not organic. If you do, then wash it really good. Even if it's organic, wash it anyways to get the rat poop and pee-pee and feces that's on everything. So, you know, just taking away a couple of meals a day, okay, and this raw soup will last you 2 weeks in the refrigerator. Okay, it's not going anywhere. And you can go ahead and put different toppings on it or switch it up a little bit. Put a couple of, if you're transitioning, it's really good for you to add a couple of soft-boiled eggs on top. You can do it a variety of different ways. You want to make it thicker, you put a little noni powder in we have. Put a tablespoon of that in, it'll make it like a chip dip. Okay? But, you know, when you really change your diet for about at least 2 months, you will have such a change, not only in the way you feel and look, but your consciousness, how clear it is. So we've got lots of different departments to share with you on terrain modification. Come to eartheracademy.com. And Earther Academy, it's a private little, you know, it's just me right now, school that is sharing information as a student. I'm just a student, and I'm sharing you some of the information that I feel is very valid, especially from a lot of the patients that I've seen that have actually, we've manipulated or we've negotiated and changed a lot of this up the way just to be able to optimize it. So you're getting a lot of information that really helps you stay healthy. And if you're not too healthy, it'll get you healthier. So there's nothing wrong with, remember, being addicted to something that's good for you. And what's good for you? Well, let's show you. Maybe you don't know. A lot of people, remember, only doing the best they know how to do. So let's show you some different ideas, some different concepts, some different disciplines, and really maybe open up your eyes to a more naturalistic lifestyle, which will serve you not only physically, not only the way you feel, but also the way you're connected to nature. You'll see. There's nothing worse than not being connected to nature. Nothing worse than not being able to feel the genius of the planet. Look around, smell a flower, plant a plant, try to grow your own food. Share information to others that really, you know, will help someone else. What's wrong with that? So that's what we've been doing for years. Watch the videos, and Earther Academy, like I said, is just a special place for you to be able to see a lot of different things, like the skin cleaning protocol I did this morning. I went in the sauna after I went ahead and did my full protocol on how to regenerate and how to keep your skin, okay, very thin, very healthy, and also have it so it actually is functional. It's a detox organ. And I'm just going to have my, like I said, my once a day dinner, and I tell you, the healthiest I've ever felt is at about 135 pounds right now, where I used to be 175. So losing 40 pounds of baggage is a lot of baggage. So let's see what happens to you when you change your life for reasonable and logical ways that would just advance your consciousness or your awareness and give you more optimal, health, or just give you optimal health. Maybe you're healthy already, but how about optimal health? Wouldn't you be curious to see how that feels and where that's going to take you? Because when you feel good, let me tell you, you want to do things. You're happy, you talk to people, you're just inspirational, you're enthusiastic, all the things that realistically are what we are supposed to be, more human. So when we're connected back to the web, and I talk a lot of philosophy all the time, but once you're connected back to the web and you feel nature, then it's really impossible to kill animals. There's no need to kill anything. There is no need. Okay? Just really put that through your mind. Is there a need to kill something tomorrow to stay alive? And if you think it is necessary for you to kill some other consciousness, then I want you to raise some chickens, I want you to raise a cow, I want you to raise maybe a pig, whatever you're eating, and take care of it, especially when it gets sick. Okay? Nurture it back to health. And then when it's time to sacrifice it, why? Because you're hungry? Really, here's the knife. Let's go see if you can do it. Or do you want to be a coward and have somebody else raise this animal in very, very suboptimal conditions, suboptimal food, suboptimal water, and suboptimal, we won't call it sacrifice, okay? I won't even say what I think it is, okay? So, once we wake up our minds that we really don't have to kill anything, the best thing we can do on the planet is stop the killing just for one day. One day. Just give the whole system a break. At least mankind or womankind or our kind that is realistically destroying things every day for some odd reason because they think so. So there's nothing worse, like I said, than living unconscious. So once you find out that, well, why would you take another conscious being's mind? Because you're being unconscious, not seeing that it's having the same type of experience as you are or I am. So just putting that through your ideas, whatever's right or wrong, the last thing we want to do is keep perpetuating, violence and furtherly leading to frustration and furtherly leading to scarcity and furtherly leading to just total decimation of every feeling of being human that we become or we're supposed to be. So, okay, have your raw soup and share to a friend some of the videos we have. All right, aloha, we'll see you next time. Update on the dinner. Everybody sort of canceled tonight because we have a volcano going off in the town of Pahoa, so it's going over the highway right now, so everybody had to rush back because that's where they live. So no dinner tonight, so I'm making this dinner for me. Let me show you. I went ahead and put the carrots, the broccoli, I put down all the things we had on the tray in there. I'm going to show you how easy. Look at, this is some of the cucumbers. Let me just show you how easy this is. Just turn this on. And put in a few pieces in there. And watch the juice just really comes out. And it's got, you can see the beets in there. Ginger, full lemon. So I just want to show you how easy this is. This is so simple. Now I've got my blender here full. Look at the turmeric in there. There's the chili powder. There's 3 sheets of nori in there. And you can see broccoli, onions. I've got the oils in there. I've got the raw apple cider vinegar, the minerals, the silica, the fulvic acid, the cayenne pepper. And so let me just show you. This is the topping right here. These are the mushrooms with the seasonings that we had. Look at that. Beautiful, huh? And I put about a ½ ounce of each seasoning in there. So we had the Cajun seasoning and also the Italian seasoning. Okay, then I'll show you one more thing when I get it done, but I'm going to have soup for the week. And here's my jungle peanuts that I went ahead and peeled. You can see there's a little shell on that one. It just comes right off. And you just peel them. That's going to go on the top of my, on my raw soup tonight. Okay, this is going to taste so good. I have one meal a day. So this meal here is like everything that I want in anything I want. I mean, I don't need any other thing. I'm giving, right now I'm going to have everything. I'm looking around. Everything that I want right now for dinner, I'm going to have. Look at the combination I have. Such superfoods, all the different, the carrots, the cucumbers, the broccoli, the celery. Okay, anyways, here we go. What a beautiful, so I'm going to pour this into here, and we're going to blend this up medium. And then I'm going to put my little topping on, and we've got ourselves a show. Okay, aloha. One thing I want to show you is I put 3 big cups in the blender. You can see, wow, look at the purple beets in there, and the carrots, and all the, remember, full avocado in there. I've got myself for tomorrow, got myself a really good just juice tomorrow that I'm going to make, and just have the juice only, because this tastes really good just like that. I may put maybe a couple ounces of fresh ginger, but that's going to be a juice tomorrow. So you can see, and when I was actually using the, I use that much water. That was a brand new bottle of water. Okay, I take the bottles from when I clean my skin with the vodka, and I use that much to be able to wash the blender or the juicer out right here. Okay, so what I do is I pour down water into the juicer as I'm actually juicing. I pour water down there to clean the blades off down here. So, I mean, watch the smart juicing video we have. You can go ahead and get some good ideas on that. But okay, here we go. Okay, this right here. We just went ahead and turned this on, and it's a little watery right now. Okay, I put 3 cups of the juice in there, but I'm going to thicken it up because I wanted to get a lot of volume. So what we do is, this is noni powder, and the noni powder doesn't really change the taste, but it thickens it right up. So I put a couple big scoops of noni powder in there, and that'll really thicken it up. 3 big scoops in there. Okay, and then turn this guy on again. And I don't want to beat it up too much. Remember, I want all those little pieces in there. And then here's my, look at those mushrooms. Okay, and we're ready to serve this in the bowl. Okay, here we go again. Sorry about all these little cuts, but that's what happens when you're one-handed. Masterpiece. Oh my gosh, this is really good. This is, as you can see, my chopsticks here. We've got pieces of mushroom in here. Look at these big, nice mushrooms. Okay, tomatoes, cabbage. This is hummus right here. We've got some fresh mung beans on top. And I've got such a beautiful soup that I'm going to have here. This is extra soup that I'm just going to put a top on. You can see how thick it is right now from putting the noni powder in there. And here's my drink for tomorrow. That I've got all the beets and the carrots and the celery and everything in there. So this is an easy dinner. Remember, the raw soups are the best, and it only takes a second. Look, my cleanup was nothing. I don't even have to wash the blender out. Nothing. You don't really, remember, when you're using raw foods and the good oils, you don't need to even scrub or scrape or use oil or anything, because everything just comes off really easy. And the oil, if it does stay on there, it's coconut oil. It just stays on and protects everything. So, okay, that's it. We'll see you next time, and it's time for Din Din. Aloha.
Important reminder: all information and ideas are for informational purposes only and are in no way intended as medical advice or as a substitute for medical counseling. Earthshift Products, Dr. Robert Cassar, all of their partners, affiliates, and subsidiaries will not be held accountable for the use or misuse of the information presented therein. This information is not intended as medical advice. The authors, publishers, and speakers of this work are not medical doctors and do not recommend the use of mineral-deficient foods, drugs, or medicines to achieve beauty and to alleviate health challenges. Because there is always some risk involved, all persons involved with the development and distribution of this information are not responsible for any adverse effects or consequences of any kind resulting from the use or misuse of any suggestions or procedures described on our website or Earthshift Live radio talk show or therein.